Good evening, Luke Hurley.
Willie, how are you? Good evening to you all.
Declan.
Hi Willie, lovely to be here.
And Jack Sheehan.
Hi Willie, and hi Danny, hi everybody. I hope everybody is well this evening.
So, I suppose for the people that don't know what this is about, we are a group of about 10 that have same interests in mind, and Sunday is our first kick-off there with a car and tractor run. Jack, how many years ago in this scene?
Quite a while now at this stage really. I started way back in '99, I suppose, with the Hurley Club. At that time I got a cadet C car and did a bit of work to it, and with a bit of encouragement from Ted Collins, I started out with the Hurley Club, and as the man said, spent quite a few years at the cars after that before eventually buying a couple of tractors, and as the man said, the tractor family increased more than the car family, and as the man said, kind of took over for a while, but I'm back in the car again out the minute anyway.
Yeah, and I think there was a couple of three of our tractors up there and that big Ford display there during the
That's correct, really, yes. Over at the Marina Markets there, they were having a show in the old Ford factories where it is located, and down there in Kennedy Quay, and they just rang me that they knew I had 4 tractors anyway, and as the man said, they rang me and they asked me to know would I be interested in giving them to exhibit them, and I said by all means yes, and they went up initially for a week, and it was so successful that they actually kept them for 2 weeks, and there was a fantastic show of cars there as well.
Yeah.
Not as many tractors, but there was a really great volume of cars and all trucks and everything there, especially by all the Rigneys gear there down from Dungorney side in East Cork.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be brought back again, is it?
Yeah, there's talk about it being done again the coming year. They say bigger and better, so I suppose time will tell.
Yes.
But the outlook is good for it, because I mean, it was such a success this year, like that they beyond their wildest dreams, really, I would say. And I suppose being the location it is, and where the factory was, etc., and its history within Cork, and all the people that worked there and families that were reared out of it, like
Yes.
It's still very much in people's minds in the city in Cork, like.
Well, I suppose, like, even for me, like hearing about it, like it was up in the Aubane Desmond side, there was a lot of calves reared in 4 boxes, the boxes that the parts used to come in. They used to sell them off there to different people, and they'd use them for calf houses or hen houses. They were, right. And I'd see the big Ford sign up on the side of nice.
With a garden shed, I'd say, for 25 years, with a torch-on felt roof on it.
Yeah.
Before it fell apart.
That was the way forward with it. Yeah. So, Jack, you have a good bit of experience to bring to this new venture we have.
Well, I suppose I have. 25 odd years, I suppose I'm at the business at this stage, but both cars and tractors have, the amount of them has increased a lot, I suppose, over time, really, and I suppose the younger generation are coming into it now with they'd be kind of coming in with more classic cars, but I suppose sure we're all looking after the vehicles that we drove ourselves when we were young, where we started out, like,
Yes, and I don't know, I think for most of us in this room, like this, what we were driving back in our first car is well into vintage at this stage.
Yeah, that's for sure, yeah. No doubt about that.
So we decided to put a little group together for to do a few runs and tractors and cars. Declan, you have your experience with all that side as well.
Well, my car, going back to cars, was I served my time as a mechanic, apprentice mechanic in the 80s. I worked in Lee Garage, and then I worked in Grandin's and Glenmire, and I always had a great interest and fascination with mechanical things, and so I was introduced by a friend to my first classic car in 2002, and it was a 1969 Triumph Vitesse. and it was blue with a white roof, and it was a beautiful car. And a friend of ours, I know, actually still has it, and he uses it on classic runs even today. Like.
Yeah, that's
And so it's great. It's great to be involved with enthusiasts and go to the runs and meet people that have the same interests and have great conversations about cars that we grew up with. And when I was a young lad going to school back in the 70s, we used to go in a Cortina, a Mark IV Cortina, and there used to be about 8 of us piled into it.
yes.
And that was the time before health and safety and seatbelts and everything like that. And there was a silver Cortina, it was 1977, with a black roof. And I always loved the old Cortinas, so I was very fortunate to obtain one in England in 2013, and it belonged to an old couple, and it was never out in the rain. It garaged all its life, and it only had 32,000 miles unrestored, and it's won numerous prizes now in Kerry runs, and it came second in the Cork International Car Show a number of years ago, and I love driving it, and brings back happy memories.
To be faced for Aubane on Sunday.
It'll be there in Aubane on Sunday, please God. And but all the old classic cars, they're driving cars, because they've no power steering, they've none of these electronic gizmos, that make driving. They fall asleep driving the modern cars now.
Yeah.
And you feel everything through the steering wheel. You have to anticipate when you want to stop, because you don't have the ABS brakes that you have in the modern cars.
Yes.
So you definitely have to be more attentive to the road and everything like that. But you feel great driving the old cars because it brings back happy memories.
Yes.
Especially with your parents and grandparents and family members that aren't there anymore that would have had those cars.
It was nice to be facing into the yard with one of those.
Absolutely. And Willie, they're so easy to fix, that even if they broke down to the side of the road, 90% of the time you'll be able to fix it and get home with it.
Yeah, well, I think my first experience, my first run was with, was another 2000, but this man here had to bring me home, Jack. He just came up on the first run, so that's, I suppose, 20 years ago now as well. So, I suppose we were kind of tiffy around. That was my first time really speaking to this man beside me.
I suppose, Willie, that's how a lot of friendships develop, really, in the vintage world. You bump into somebody else, a chat ensues.
Yeah.
And out of that, eventually a friendship ensues, and a great friendship in a lot of situations, because I have friends made all over the country from it, and and a lot of them are very valuable tradesmen who have done work for me at home and everything over the last number of years, and we help each other out in every kind of way, really. If the lads in Galway want to look at a car in West Cork, I go down and have a look at it for them. If I say it is good enough, they go by me and I put a deposit on it for them, etc. They do likewise for me up the country if I'm looking for tractor parts or otherwise.
Yeah.
So we're a big community in that regard.
Yeah. So I suppose we'll get to another man now. This is the man that have it all put together for Sunday. All the car side of it, the jacket, the tractor side of it. You have what's your experience, Luke?
My experience is, I suppose, I bought my first vintage car in 07, which is iconically a purple Escort, which is kind of fitting for the day that's going to be on Sunday, which we're running for the Alzheimer's Society. So the purple kind of one complements the other, and it boils back to my late mother. She had Alzheimer's, and she passed on in 19. So this came out of this, and through good friends and companionship, we've worked away with the last number of years, and we've a nice few pound raised for the Alzheimer's Society there in Mala, which are, we'll say, covering most of the areas that we'll drive around in with a community bus, and we'll say they take the person in for the day, and we'll say mind them and give a break to the household, which is very important, and it's very worthy cause, and especially delighted to be working with such a team.
Yeah, that is a fantastic team put together there. Like, there's everyone is the WhatsApp group there we have is live nearly from 8 o'clock in the morning till 12 at night. Is going, all stops pulled there to get this together, and we have another man after joining us now, Sean Radley. Welcome along, another member of our group.
And William, I'm adding more light to the occasion because
what have you tonight, Sean?
this actually, I'm just coming from a very special commemoration ceremony back at Cross in Rathmore, very near the grotto there. But we were celebrating exactly to the day the 200th commemoration of the last public execution in Ireland. It was of a very famous man called Tig Cotter. And the strange thing, tonight we even had a direct descendant who lives in Newmarket, a man called, he's a wonderful man that from Newmarket. He's a Mr. O'Donnell from Newmarket. And but anyway, as I say, thank you for allowing me into this exclusive studio here in Cullen tonight, and to hear four very, very dedicated people that are involved in this amazing vintage run for such a praiseworthy and wonderful cause, the Alzheimer's Society of Ireland. And I think, as we were just saying there, the amount of preparation that we have seen that has gone into this is just quite astounding. And I think as it will start from Aubane, continue and finish at Corriganima, in Corriganima. There's so much happening actually on Sunday that I shall join you in Corriganima, but earlier that day out in Knocknagree they'll be unveiling a mural, the Fairfield mural in Knocknagree, which is actually designed and painted by the very same Neil O'Dwyer who did the Mill Street mural, the Fairfield mural in Mill Street. So after that's over, then we'll continue over. But there's a further commemoration out very near Drumtariff on that day also. So it's coinciding with so many different things, but it's so special.
Yeah, well, I think the last couple of days there's phone calls every day about how we're going or asking questions of joining the run, and it's very positive feedback so far. So I'd say if we had a bit of weather, it should come across as a fairly good run. There's a nice launch to a new group. There's the Blackwater Valley Vintage Group. There will be. It is a nice way to mark it off with a car and tractor run. There's a tractor run leaving Aubane as well and doing a circle around and finishing up in Carriganima, where we will have Barry O'Halloran and we have Tim John and maybe some more will come on the day as well. And if there's any musician tuned in that want to come along with us, come on out to Carriganima, you'd be more than welcome to join in. But we have marked it as a good session to start off and a bit drive the cars, and tractors, enjoy the run, and have set down a talk and a bit of music after. I think
we must compliment highly the people of Aubane and the community of Aubane have invited us to use their premises there and have kindly sponsored the food on Sunday morning.
Yeah, big step.
I mean, that's the most wonderful step and a wonderful gesture by the people of Aubane.
Very good, yeah.
But they're lovely people up there. Lovely
and
people.
It is,
very accommodating.
It is one thing the first run like, and to get a gesture like that out, the welcome, and a gesture like that is
outstanding.
Uplifting, like, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I'll have to ask Luke, do you remember on a recent run for the Alzheimer's Society of Ireland, there was a beautiful beanie hat. Is that going to be available?
The beanie hat is there, Sean, yeah, I guess for Sunday morning. There's another box of them came again this week from
There
the
you go.
Alzheimer's Society, so there's a beanie hat for every entry,
And they're
both
bl-
tractors and cars.
And they're blending in with the colour of your own car.
Yeah,
Very
purple is the Alzheimer's colour, and that actually came about last year when I asked the girl in the Alzheimer's Society to know would it be possible that we could produce a beanie hat, and it was produced last year. Was the first year that,
wow.
and it was through the vintage scene that the beanie hat came into fore. And that's
Yes.
where it started. And the 1st of September last year was the first time the beanie hat was produced. It's now for sale as well on their website. So it's available. But we have a box for Sunday.
Tremendous
there's
altogether.
a box kept for every entry. Plus, if they'll be actually on sale on the day as well.
That's
I think
right,
if
yes.
there's someone looking for an extra beanie hat will be available.
Well, we hope they won't. We hope the weather will be good in here.
Unless they will be looking for.
They can
But
put it in the back seat of the car.
Jacket is very dressy. It's very stylish. It's very
Well, looking
stylish.
at the long-term forecast, anyway, it's showing 20 degrees on my phone.
Oh,
anyway,
wow.
So
So,
we'll
yeah,
be
it is.
hopeful that it'll stay like that.
And one little tip of how to remember the name of the actual group. It's BVVG, Blackwater Valley Vintage Group, and the way to remember it is B Bellissimo VVG, very, very good. Bellissimo, very, very good.
Very good, Sean.
And I suppose that's people might be wondering the way forward. What's just to give people a general gist of what will be happening.
Well, I suppose, you have to take one day at a time as the song goes, but
Yes.
the enthusiasm that we seem to have got behind us already, I think is saying an awful lot. And obviously we'll put Sunday over us now, but we'll go back to the calendar again and we'll see what dates are available to us, because the main thing here really is that we don't be clashing with any of our neighbouring clubs and
Yes, that's the
other
thing.
events in the kind of within a 20-mile radius, because at the end of the day we're all we're dependent on them to come to us, and they're dependent on us to go to them when they have events as well. So
We don't want to be taking from each other, so
No,
we just
no.
have to divide it out the dates and see the way.
see the way it goes, and I feel that if you're clashing with things like that, one affects the other really, and
So that is,
and some people would like to be at both, and they find it hard to choose which one to go to then. So by not clashing eliminates all these kind of things really,
small bit of
planning.
planning and a bit of organisation.
That's what it is, yeah.
So I suppose we'll leave it at that for tonight. We might be back here next Thursday night and let our listeners know of how things went and give them a report of how it went, and we might see what's the next step after that. So Luke, we want to wish you all the best on Sunday.
Thank you very much.
We know that you have no stone left unturned, and all the best on Sunday, and we'll see you Sunday morning.
I wasn't the only one turning the stone, there's 9 more behind me.
That's it. But it is a group that there's no one left. Everyone is equal. I suppose we can go through the whole thing. It is a private group. We have no chairman.
We have no chairman, we have no secretary, we have no treasurer or anything like that.
We're all ourselves.
We're
just ourselves.
all doing our own jobs, and as the man said, put it all together as kind of one big family,
Big family, big
and that's
team.
the way we intend to keep it going forward.
Yeah.
Keep it simple
Keep it
Like
simple.
the jigsaw puzzle, one piece at a time.
and enjoy the thing as
Yeah.
best we can, and I don't see why we can't, because as the man said, all of us have been friends with a long number of years, and this is only a kind of a celebration of our friendship in a way.
It is actually bonding our friendship that bit more, I think, really, because it is like the phones and WhatsApps are warm every day since this started. So, like I said, it was just a bonding of the whole thing, really. Like
and the people that are involved have great knowledge and experience in running these events, and they know all the ins and outs of to make them successful. And I'm delighted to be part of it, and looking forward to the years to come with these great people and doing good work for needy charities.
Yeah, and I must say that was second that for Declan, because I was delighted to be asked to see would I like to join the group, and it was an honour to be asked to join them, really.
Like
and
myself.
So we might just give a call back next Thursday night. Hopefully we'll have a good report, and best of luck on Sunday, Lou.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Thanks very
it.
much.
Thanks very much, Willie.
Thank you.
Brilliant.